Hey survivors, it's me again. Today, I'm gonna make one of my favorite recipes, INARI sushi.
Cooking with the vegan zombie.
INARI has been one of my favorite go-to foods for a while now. Let's see what we're gonna need for this recipe. Hey guys, I am at Han's Oriental Supermarket here in Syracuse, New York. And by the way, they have the best tofu, so I'm gonna pick up a package or two of that. But I'm gonna show you some other items that I like to get here. Jackfruit, like a vegan pulled pork or, tacos or something like that. Rice noodles for your pad thai. We're going over here. That's durian. You either love it or you hate it. Okay, this is what I'm getting. I'm gonna be making INARI, and these are dried tofu skins. Gourmet rice vinegar. This is great for making sushi. Here's some more of the pockets. You don't have to flavor these. These are already flavored, but they do have a little bit of alcohol in it just because of the yeast and the sugar fermentation. I don't do alcohol, so I'm gonna get the dry ones and kind of flavor it myself, but this is a lot easier for people if you're just looking to get the flavored INARI skins. So this is the best tofu ever. Smaller
yeah, we have a way back, well, 5 pounds.
All the way back? We're gonna go grab some sushi rice. Okay, so I'm gonna get this. This is a premium grade sushi rice. Let's go make some sushi. So what I have here are the dried tofu skins, the INARI skins, and these ones I have to season and flavor on my own. I'm gonna show you how to make them from scratch. So this is what they are. They're very light. They're fried tofu pouches. And what we're gonna do here, we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna cut them right in half, nice and even. Just like that. Squeezing them a little bit. And once you do that, you can open them because they are little pouches, like that. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take them over the stove and we're gonna submerge them in boiling water for 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, then you're just gonna want something to push it down. And we're just gonna let it boil for a little bit. While we're doing that, we're gonna cook our rice. I got the sushi rice from Han's, and I'm just gonna take my rice and I'm gonna put it in a strainer, and we're just gonna wash the starches out of it. We just wanna clean the rice really well. Get as much of that starch out of there as we can. You're just gonna do this until you see like clear water draining underneath. And I don't have a rice cooker, so we're just gonna cook it on the stove. And I'm just gonna put a little bit of rice vinegar in the water. Okay, we're gonna wait for that to heat up, and then we're gonna cover it. While we're doing that, we're gonna take our tofu skins off the heat. You gotta be careful because they retain water and the water's boiling hot, so you don't wanna burn yourself. This just allows them to be a little bit more workable. And you just wanna be careful, you don't wanna rip them or anything because these are the pouches that are gonna hold the rice. Now we're just gonna let the water boil. We got about 3 cups of water in here. Now traditionally you would use dashi and some broth from shiitake. You can use vegetable broth. Right now I just have some water. I'm gonna add some sugar, a little bit of soy sauce, and some more of that rice vinegar. That's gonna be the flavoring for the tofu pouches. All right, the rice is coming up to a boil, so we are gonna cover it and turn it down to a nice simmer. There we go. Right now these are flavorless, and we want to put flavor in them. If you've never had INARI before, the tofu pockets they're kind of sweet. Okay, now we're gonna do the same thing as before. We're just gonna put these back in here, and we are just gonna boil these in the liquid, and that's gonna give them some flavor. Okay, we're gonna move our rice to the back, and we are going to heat up our cast iron skillet. And I have about a tablespoon of sesame seeds here. I'm just gonna toast them until they get a little bit of color, but we wanna make sure we don't burn them. All right, and after about 15 minutes, our tofu skins are done. And we are just going to carefully pull them out of the liquid and let them cool off. And drain a little bit of that water out of there as well. I'm just gonna make it simple because we're in the zombie apocalypse. It's still gonna taste good. This is basically my take on INARI. Now you can cool it quicker by cold water, but that's gonna take a lot of the flavor away. So these come out best when you are patient, let it cool off for a few hours, put it in the refrigerator, leave it overnight, and the next day you will have perfect INARI skins ready to go. Right now I'm gonna put these in the fridge. Okay, our sesame seeds are nice and toasty. We're gonna take that right off the heat. What do you know, our rice is done as well. Okay, this rice is perfect. Of course, we gotta let the rice cool down as well. So the first thing we're gonna do to help it cool down is we're gonna transfer it out of the metal pot, which conducts heat a lot easier, into a glass bowl. Plastic bowl would be even better. Sticky rice, that's what you want for sushi. And I'm gonna pour rice vinegar, and I'm gonna evenly coat it on the rice. I got about 2 tablespoons here that I'm using. And now I'm gonna add my toasted sesame seeds. And we're just gonna mix that up all nice. This rice is the perfect consistency. It's not gooey. It's perfectly sticky for sushi. And we'll be able to put these in those tofu pockets nice and easily. Okay, now we're just gonna let this sit and cool off. And then you're just gonna take a damp towel or paper towel and you're just gonna put that over it. And now we wait. Okay, I got a bowl of water here with a little bit of rice vinegar. Dip my fingers in there so the rice doesn't stick to my hands. Okay, so we have the pouch. You're just gonna open the pouch up. You wanna be careful because you don't wanna rip the pouch. I did a little research, and Inari is named after the Shinto god Inari. And they say sometimes he would take the form of a fox and try to find tofu pouches to eat. So I'm wondering, was he vegan? That's what we want, that's what we're going for. It's got the rice in there like that. See the rice? And then you're just gonna fold that over. And there you have it. And we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna do that with all of these. I like to cut up a little bit of avocado on there, and while I dip the inari in some soy sauce mixed with a little bit of wasabi. You can also save a little bit of the toasted sesame seeds and sprinkle some on top. And almost all instances of this I found to be vegan. It's just that some of it had alcohol in it, which I don't do. But there was one that had fish in it, fish sauce in it. So you just want to look out for that. And it's very easy to make. It's a little, you gotta be a little patient for best results. What I found throughout the years is that when somebody's not a vegan and you try to offer them a tofu snack, they're very apprehensive. Okay, so I've suggested inari to many of my non-vegan friends, and they all did, every one of them did the same thing. They didn't want to try it, but once they did, it became their next favorite snack. But there you go, there's inari. Very simple, delicious, and not bad for you. Soy sauce right here. Let's dip a little bit in soy sauce and delicious, so good. And I have enough left over, so if anybody wants to come join me, feel free. That's it for this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please give us a thumbs up, comment below and let me know what your favorite vegan sushi is, if any. I want to give a big thank you to Hans Oriental Market for showing me where the tofu skins are that doesn't contain alcohol. Thanks. As always, subscribe, survive, and I'll see you guys in the next video.